The Brutalist, for those of you who don't know, is a style of architecture. And it's a movie everyone's buzzing about. And it's big, it's grand, it's epic, and undeniably well acted. And it's 3.5 hours long. But it's not sluggish. It keeps a steady pace. And at its core, though, the film flips a famous quote on its head. You know the one. It's about the journey, not the destination. Well, The Brutalist seems to argue that, and it's actually about the destination, not the journey. But is it? Let's break it down. The film follows a Hungarian Jewish immigrant scarred by his harrowing journey to America, unsure if his wife survived, and his pain is palpable, dulling it with opioids, grappling with sexual frustration, and filling the void with escapism. Then enter a wealthy, eccentric millionaire who provides him the chance to create something extraordinary. It's a story brimming with ambition, yet it almost feels like a rock and roll biopic minus the redemption arc. Instead of a musician or a protagonist, it's an architect battling addiction and exploitation. But here's the big question. Do you really care about this character? He's deeply flawed, utterly broken, and undeniably brilliant, but does his brilliance make his pain worth following? Does this film's message about American capitalism versus artistic integrity land, or does it drift into pretension? There's no denying The Brutalist is a technical masterpiece. The pacing is tight, the cinematography is stunning, and the acting is powerful. But beneath all that artistry lies a nagging pretentiousness that's left me cold. When the journey ended and the destination was revealed, I wasn't inspired by the great works of this artist. Instead, I walked out of the theater asking, what's the point of all of it? And the film is divided into 3 parts. Part 1, then a 15-minute intermission, and then Part 2, capped off by a brief epilogue. And the ending of Part 2 crescendos beautifully, but the tonal shift into the epilogue felt jarring, pulling me out of the experience. And the characters come and go unresolved and unexplained, which might appeal to some, but for me, it added the overall emptiness. But to its credit, The Brutalist doesn't spoon-feed its audience. It's a rare, mature film that challenges you to interpret its own message. But instead of leaving me in awe, it left me feeling sad, gross, and honestly brutalized. Maybe that's the point. The title says it all. The movie is brutal, offering no comfort or redemption. Ultimately, I walked away from The Brutalist seeing a misogynistic, drug-addicted artist trapped in one horrific experience after another, and only to be celebrated for his genius. Perhaps the destination mattered more than the journey in this case, but the film's fragmented storytelling left me wanting more. Look, I can admire The Brutalist as a technical achievement. Its craftsmanship is impeccable. But there is somewhat of an arrogance. The pretentiousness and the overdone artist in pain trope just didn't connect with me. But what about you? Did The Brutalist resonate with you? Did the 3.5 hours fly by, or did it test your patience? Is it a movie you'd recommend, or is it one of just for the film school crowd only? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, thank you for joining me on this cinematic journey. And remember to always be real.
They do not want us here.
Who do you mean?
The people here, they do not want us here.